When you want to make 2D or 2D-3D hybrid games with Unreal Engine, one of the first hurdles you have to overcome is finding sprite sheets or tile maps to use during development. In the case of Unity, it's very easy to find free high-quality assets right in the Unity asset store. However, for Unreal Engine there are very few 2D assets available on the marketplace outside of user interface elements. So in this video I'll introduce you to all the different websites I've been using over the past couple of years to get my free 2D assets for Unreal Engine. My personal favorite and the site I've been using the most is itch.io. This website is first and foremost a place for indie developers to share their games, however it also has a dedicated section for assets. A lot of the assets I've been using in my devlogs and tutorials are from this site. There are literally thousands of 2D asset packs of varying quality, and it's gonna take you quite a while to scroll through all of them to pick out the high quality ones. As part of my Paper 2D cheat sheet, I've compiled a curated list of awesome free and paid assets on itch.io, which you can access as a Patreon member on the gold tier or higher. The list will save you hours of scrolling through assets, while the cheat sheet as a whole has a lot of information to level up your Paper 2D skills and could save you months of research time. One thing you need to keep in mind regardless of which site you're using is how these assets are licensed. The best case is a CC0 or public domain license, which basically allows you to do whatever you want with these assets. Some other licenses will only allow you to use those assets for non-commercial projects, and some licenses require you to attribute the creator. So always make sure to read through the licensing terms before using an asset. itch.io also has many great paid assets, which will usually be of higher quality or more expansive, so they are a good option once you're willing to invest some money. Another great place to find free assets is opengameart.org. This page also has thousands of 2D assets, and there is some overlap between this and itch.io. However, there are also many assets I haven't seen anywhere else. There are advanced search options on the left side which you can use to find what you need. We talked a bit about the Unity asset store before and how it actually has a lot of great 2D assets. Well, it's actually possible to export the assets from Unity and use them within Unreal Engine if you jump through a few hoops. You will need to have Unity installed to download the asset packages and extract the images, so it's quite the annoying process. On top of that, you'll also need to double check the license. I'm not an expert on this, so I can't give any legal advice, but to my understanding there are some assets which have a generic license that allows you to use them with other engines, while others have a license that explicitly mentions that you can only use them with Unity. There's an article I found which explains this in a bit more detail, which I'm gonna link in the description. So considering all of these issues, I would only do this if there's a Unity exclusive asset you just have to make your game work. Lastly, I want to talk about the Unreal Engine marketplace a bit more. Like I mentioned before, there aren't many free 2D assets, however there's an asset pack which has been released in combination with a tutorial series that gives you a 2D mannequin and a simple tile set. This is probably not something that will be useful in a full game, but can be great for prototyping and getting started with Paper 2D. When it comes to paid assets, there are a few good ones, especially the sprites by Sven Thole. I actually bought his prototype hero asset way back when I first started to learn about Paper 2D, and it was extremely helpful. It came with a full working character blueprint I could look at for reference to figure out how to set up footstep sounds, flipbook particle effects, attack animations and much more. So I definitely recommend taking a look at them if you're still learning. I also created my Paper ZD tutorial using the free version of this asset, so that might be a great place for you to start your 2D journey in Unreal Engine. As always, thanks to my amazing patrons.